Hello, my name is Darren Woodfork. I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I think I had either the first or one of the first virtual law firms here in town back in 2011 when I basically gave all my car accident case clients the option of never coming into my office, doing their whole case over the phone, and doing it that way back in 2011. Now, after 2020, there's more people doing it, more lawyers doing it. I understand that. But there are a few times where I will ask my clients to come into the office, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. There's really three times when I ask them to come in, and that's before a lawsuit, that's before deposition, and that's to either give them a really big check or to start a really big case. And the first reason, like I said, is you have been dealing with the insurance company and you can't get a fair settlement. You have to sue them in court. I often will ask my clients to come in before we draft the lawsuit and before we file it in court. I like to tell them exactly kind of what a lawsuit entails, what's going to happen for the next 6 to 9 months, maybe a year, as far as like the discovery process and what papers are going to be exchanged back and forth. I'll give them a little bit about, information about the deposition. Things like that, and also kind of give them, their risk of filing a lawsuit. I've mentioned before, you do have to kind of at least consider when you're suing somebody that they can sue you back in a counterclaim, and so you want to make sure that you understand everything that's going on before you file a lawsuit. So I like to ask the people to come in. Again, it's not mandatory at all. I would say probably maybe 60% probably come in when I ask them to come in before we filing a lawsuit. But there's other people who say just, file a lawsuit, email it to me, I'll take a look at it, and you can file it. And that's perfectly fine here in 2020. There's absolutely no reason for you to have to come into a law firm in 2020. So that's the first reason we're about to file a lawsuit. And the second reason, like I just alluded to, is during the litigation process. Now, this is after you file the lawsuit and you're in the litigation process and you're in discovery. Often there's going to be a deposition of my client, the victim in the car accident. And the deposition is essentially an interview by the defense lawyers, basically asking my client what happened, what were their injuries, how they're feeling, all that. So that's an interview. A lot of times at the defense lawyer's office. Nowadays it's on Zoom quite a bit. But they're going to be kind of grilled for a couple hours about their injuries and their treatment, things like that. So I like to bring them in and discuss kind of what the deposition is going to be like, maybe go over some questions, little prep or, practice or something like that. And then I also kind of like to see kind of what they're going to look like, in person, as far as like their reactions, how they answer, any type of temperament issues, things like that. So again, that's another reason why I ask people to come in if we're preparing for a deposition in a civil case, in a car accident case. And then the final reason why I'll ask people to come in, and actually there's really good reason, really bad reason. The really good part is I'll ask people to come in to give them a big check. If I have a check for them that's over like $100,000, instead of sending that in the mail, I'll ask them to come in and pick it up, and it's fun giving somebody a check for $100 grand, $200 grand, something like that, for their accident. And I know that they went through a lot for that, but at the end the law gives them compensation for their injuries, and to hand them that check, it's good. And so that's the good reason. The bad reason for having people come in a big case is that I'll have people come in if they call me and they're involved in a really big case. If there's like a wrongful death case, if there's something really, really bad, that really, really bad happened, I'll ask them to come in to, usually the whole family's coming in, and we're, talking about what happened and how I can help them and, the path forward. So if there's a really, really bad case, I'll have people come in and start the process with them and kind of explain what lawyers do and what the court system can do and all that. But that doesn't happen a lot. I mean, I don't get a lot of big wrongful death cases. And so, but if I do, I can handle them for sure. But again, it's more, you want that you want the whole family to come in, and because it's a devastating case, a devastating situation. So that's the third reason, or that's another reason why I'll have people come in, is like I said, if it's a start of a really, really big case. But for the garden variety car accident case, the fender bender case, like I said, there's absolutely no reason to come in to start the case, to finish the case, nothing like that. So anyway, so that's the exception, basically. Like I said, my claim to fame is that, I've been doing virtual legal services for at least 14 years probably. But there are situations where I do ask people to come into my office down here in Old Town Scottsdale. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. At the end of this video, I'll leave a link to my other video about why I started the virtual law firm services back in 2011. And then take a look at that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video. And if you have any questions, please get in touch. I'll leave all my contact information below. My email is darrenw@msn.com. And I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.